Good morning, Coach. I was wondering your thinking on staying with Ryan Fitzpatrick as your starter in Week 5.
We felt like he gives us the best chance to win, and after I think he's had some rough moments like some other players, but we felt like he gives us the best chance to win.
All right, Adam again.
I wanted to get some clarity on one thing about Tua. You've said time and again that he's checked all the boxes, and you obviously feel.
You froze there, Adam. Anybody else? Am I the only one who's
enough to put him into a game?
Adam, you froze. Can you just can you say that again? I didn't hear.
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. I just wanted to get your thinking on the difference between Tua as a backup with his health and Tua as a starter, because you mentioned you obviously don't want to rush him back, don't want to feel pressured to put him into a position where he has to play, where he must play. In your mind, what's the threshold for him that it's okay for him to be a backup, but maybe not quite be a starter yet?
I guess I'm struggling with the question. What's the threshold? Well, he's the backup. Sure. So he could go in on any snap. So obviously we're confident he can play, just like any backup player. We're confident any player who's has a backup role to play in the game. So I guess we're confident from a standpoint that on any snap he could go in there. So as far as him being a starter, we just don't feel like he's ready there just yet. So that's kind of where we're at with him and other players or some other rookies who just aren't ready to kind of take that step just yet. So but he's doing all the right things. Right now we feel like Fitz gives us the best chance to win. I would say overall Fitz has played pretty well. He's had some rough patches like I said earlier, like some other players, but we do feel like he gives us the best chance to win.
Safid?
Hey, Coach, just a logistics question. Are you guys going to fly out Friday or Saturday? And I did want to ask about the San Fran QB situation. Not sure if Garoppolo's going to return to practice, but Nick Mullins and CJ Beathard are probably two other guys you're going to have to prepare for. What's it going to be like preparing for maybe 3 quarterbacks instead of 1 or 2?
Well, yeah, we're going to fly out Friday. As far as the quarterbacks, all 3 of them are good players. So look, there's film on all of them. We're pretty much going to have to watch them all. I think we've done that as a staff already, and we're going through that with the players already this morning. All 3 good players, but I wouldn't say it's just the quarterback. It's everyone on offense. Obviously the O-line, the tight ends, they got good backs, they got good receivers. So and they got a good scheme. So the quarterback's just one part of that, and but we're really preparing for the entire group. It's a good group.
Joe?
Good morning, Flo.
Good job.
Two-part question, but they're completely related. They're not separate. The first, how long was the discussion regarding a potential change of quarterback on Monday night? And then in a related question, how long is Fitz's rope at this point in the season?
Well, look, any discussions we have as a staff, they're just going to remain internal. As far as, I don't even want to use the term, but look, we expect Fitz to play well. We expect everyone, offensively, defensively, in the kicking game to play well. We're not, putting negative energy into the atmosphere. So we just got to prepare well this week, practice well this week, fly out to California, and try to win a football game against a good group, a very good group, actually.
Barry?
Hi, Brian. I know one thing you suggested Monday was maybe at the quarter mark of the season now you take a look at playing time allocation. Did you emerge from that conversation with your assistants thinking that there would be some changes at some positions? And also want to ask you about, now that the NFL has made basically a 6-day turnaround to get a player in the building for a tryout and sign him, does that make you and Chris less likely to bring in outside guys for looks?
So the less likely, yeah. I mean, it's hard to bring someone in. Yeah, with the 6 days, Barry, you throw like 4 or 5 at me right at once. So let me try to. I'm trying to backtrack here. So yeah, it's harder to get somebody in, obviously. So we've already kind of gone through the thought and planning. If we're going to do something, it really is for next week, and I think every team's kind of going through that same process. As far as, the meetings with the coaches, from a playing time standpoint, and look, we're like every team, we want to play our best players, our most dependable players. We talked about, situations where we want to play different guys, and, maybe when we want to, play some guys more, play some guys less. And we're going to try to, probably practice that way today and this week, and then, see how things shake, throughout the course of the week. But we always want to get our best guys out there, our best group of guys, our most dependable players. I think that's everything, Barry.
Go to Hal.
Hi, Brian. I have only one question for you. It's regarding Preston Williams. Obviously, he looked so good last year, was on pace to set team records for rookie receivers. How does that compare to how he looks this year? I think he's at roughly 20 yards per game in receiving. How close is he to the Preston Williams we saw last year?
Well, I think, coming off an injury, it's, you never know how things are going to shake out. I think he's doing well from a physical standpoint. Look, Preston's a hardworking kid. He's obviously talented. Look, I think I think he's there physically. We just got to find different ways to get him the ball, and he's got to come through for us when we do throw him the ball. So again, we're 4 weeks into the season. That's something that was discussed, a part of the discussion with the coaching staff, how to get him more involved, and hopefully we do that in the coming weeks.
Omar.
I want to get a clarification on Austin Jackson's status and his practice participation. Also, if you can assess how Julian Davenport played in his role last week, and if your stance is to still start the best 5 guys, figuring out the combination, however it works.
Yeah, well, I thought Julian played well last week when he went in there for Austin. I thought he played well. I thought he did a really good job. Austin, as far as practice, you won't see, he won't be out there today. Hopefully he's still kind of working through some things, but hopefully, tomorrow or hopefully tomorrow we'll see. So just from that standpoint, you won't see him today, but Julian played well. Yes, we'll always try to play the 5 best guys. So, obviously Julian will be part of that. Rob Hunt will be part of that conversation. So, again, we'll see how this goes throughout the practice week, and we'll take it from there.
Cam.
Hey, good morning, Flo. You mentioned earlier about Tua and not being ready yet to be the starter. I wanted to ask, how do you think he can get there with mental reps? Is that something he can do there, or do you have to see him on the field before he's truly ready?
I think he's got to keep doing what he's doing. I think he's in here every day. He's working. He's practicing well. And, I think he just continues to do what he's been doing. He's learning every day. He's getting better and improving every day. And if he just continues to do what he's doing, he's on the right path, on the right trajectory. So again, we're not going to get an opportunity. We didn't have any preseason games. That's not going to happen, as far as getting a different look at this. So for him, the only thing he can do is come in, do a good job in meetings, do a good job in the walkthroughs, do a good job in practice, And then, when his opportunity presents itself, which, as the backup could be at any point, in the game, I think the 49ers are a great example of that, having played 3 guys already. Then he's just got to be ready. So that's really it.
Joe?
I wanted to ask you about Matt Breida. He made a couple of plays in the passing game last week. I was wondering what stood out to you about Breida and how you think he's coming along.
Yeah, I think he made some good plays the other day. Look, he's an explosive kid, fast. He's practiced well. Getting a few more touches. So I think he's playing well, and hopefully he continues to play well. He's a hardworking guy, and it's important to him. So I think he's doing a good job.
Safid?
Just wanted to get back to Tua and ask, could him getting any kind of limited snaps during a game, kind of help towards his progression to becoming the starter?
Potentially that could help, but there's a lot of other things to that. How the game's going, rhythm of the offense. I mean, there's so many things pertaining to the team that you don't want to do something for one specific person. I guess I wouldn't be in favor of something like that. But I understand the question.
All right, we got time for one more. We'll go to Omar.
I love that I get the last question always. Clarify something for me. Would you be comfortable playing Jesse Davis at left tackle to get Robert Hunt snaps at right tackle, or can Robert play left tackle?
Robert can play left tackle. I would be comfortable playing Jesse at left tackle. I'm also comfortable playing Julian at left tackle. So look, let's just see how the week goes. Thankfully we've got some guys that we feel good about going in and playing left, right. I think all those guys have played both positions. So but at the same time, look, we're going up against a very aggressive defensive line and a very, very, very good defense. So this will be a tough challenge. And but we'll see how this goes over the course of the week. I'm not saying Austin's out of the question either. So let's just take it one day at a time. But yeah, I'm comfortable with all those guys playing really left or right. They're all I think Steve will do a good job of getting them ready, and but we're gonna need to play well from an O-line and really a team standpoint against this team. They're very good.